welcome in Soul Family, Soul Ohana. Kapualani here with your timeless guidance. All right, so remember it is a general reading. Take only what resonates, leave the rest behind. But let's go ahead and open up a sacred space. I'm going to chime my tuning fork here and give us room to connect to our breath, connect to our goals. As we inhale, as we exhale, releasing anything and everything non-service to our highest, greatest good, while also giving thanks, gratitude, and appreciation to your higher self, your ancestors, spirit guides, Mother Earth, Father Sky, God, Source, Creator, Spirit, Light, all the things, all right? So here we go. Nice deep breath in and exhaling. All right, so as I mentioned, this is a general timeless reading, and should the messages in this reading speak to you, there will be a part 2 to this reading, all right, at kapualani.com/extension. So, Spirit, what is our message in this moment? What do we need to know? What is coming through? Thank you. Oh, I want to say thank you. Knight of Wands. Okay, so first thing that I got, impatience. So I don't know, with this Knight of Wands, of course, we want to acknowledge that fire energy. So I don't know why I'm getting connection to spirit, impatience, a desire to get up and go, things moving very quickly. I feel like also, I don't know why, but the potential to just kind of get a little bit carried away, somewhat in alignment with frustrations, like wanting to just get up and go and get something done. Getting out of a pain point is another download that I'm getting here. Fiery dynamic, fiery individual, whether this is yourself or someone else, something coming through, messages, potential travel, either a desire to travel, and I'm going back to things moving quickly. Okay, so Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy here. There's something potentially transformative also that you may be working toward, or that you may be calling in terms of a vision. You could be calling in guidance and moving toward that, the spiritual guidance, moving toward the signs, paying attention and just kind of saying, okay, that's a sign, da, 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 da. Or is that a sign? Just asking that question. So Spirit, can we get a little bit of extra insight and guidance around this Knight of Wands energy? So presently, yeah, things potentially moving quickly, feeling very inspired and motivated into action, or the opposite, a lack of that and wanting to feel that way perhaps. Potentially scattered energies and attention span, even though there is an ability to accomplish things, we're needing to come into some form of clarity or alignment. Harnessing energies, harnessing the vision, harnessing the focus. Okay, so just some downloads coming through, but Spirit, tell us about this Knight of Wands energy. Who or what is this Knight of Wands representing? Thank you. 9 of Wands. Okay, so yeah, okay. That 9 of Wands is that burnout energy, exhaustion, maybe having, like I said, scattered, too much going on. Maybe there was something that was rushed through, or there again is a desire to get through something quickly because you're tired. Maybe you would like for things to slow down. As I said, things are moving quickly. So again, maybe there's a need to slow down, or you would like for things to slow down. There's a potential, likely, where we'll see where else this evolves. And okay, with this download, Spirit, but something may very well be slowing down, giving you time to recalibrate. So if it seems as though, if you're feeling restless and it seems as though things are just not moving as swiftly, quickly, smoothly as you would like, this is Spirit's way of opening you up to something of a respite, just taking that time to slow down, to breathe, to reflect, to pause on how you got to this point. And that may be something to ask yourself, like, how did I get here? I sometimes associate that phrase with or that question with the Nine of Wands, so yeah, there's a need, there may be a little bit of a need for balance in some area or areas. Okay. There may be delayed travels, or there's a delay in travel, delayed travels, or having to delay travels, having to like maybe reschedule something. And it doesn't even need to be travels, it could be an appointment, it could be like, going out and doing something fun. Yeah, it could be an appointment. Okay. It could even be just, when you and your friend want to get together, like, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, I'm really exhausted right now. Or there just may be a need to reschedule. Okay. There may be delays. There may be a need to reschedule. Okay. So Spirit, give us some deeper insights, please. Deeper insights here. Whatever you're passionate about, Spirit's saying you're getting like some potential reinvigoration. However, you're still going to be a little bit tired. So this world energy, we like the world. We are the world, right? All right, so we've got the fixed signs with the world: Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio. And, in this case, again, there's a feeling of, I get this transformation. There are things coming full circle. There's just going to be an opportunity for you to I just see this as a womb space to self-care, to self-love, to be in a healthier or at least healing space and environment. Create that for yourself. There's a whole new world opening up. And so that's where it's, there's this recognition that there's no need to force anything or push or rush through, at least not right now. Sometimes we do need to apply a little bit of pressure. We do need to kind of put some effort into things, right? But in this case, it's sort of like you've been putting in effort and now you may be feeling a little bit burnt out. So that cycle is coming to an end, right? Because let's not forget that the world is an indication of cycles ending and beginning, but significant cycles. So, especially if you've been on the go, that's going to be winding down and shifting in some way, or at least you'll be experiencing like an opening to a next phase or a next level of the experience. All right. I don't know, I say this every single time I work with this deck. I love this deck and I love that we get to really experience this world energy. I don't recall really, I mean, maybe it's shown up in some readings, but it's almost like looking at it again after not seeing it for a long time. This version, I mean to say. So there are certain things that may be needing a little bit of time to develop, to transform, to come through. That's what's happening here. You're going to be like, there's a next level of something, like something is coming into completion. And while that's happening, there's a preparation, as we are re-emerging from that. We're getting ready for, a new phase, a new cycle, a new season. There may be something significant with the solstice timing here. It's just, in terms of, again, greater cycles that we're looking at. So tell us about this world energy, Spirit. What is this world energy symbolizing, emphasizing? What is the message with the world? We got a couple of cards. I'm getting this one first. So look at that, Ace of Cups. So new love, real love. And look at this, Seven of Swords. So something that you may not see coming. I feel like we saw this in a recent reading. I love that I love this, I love love, this Ace of Cups, just, they're all so gorgeous. But yeah, this new perspective, a period of cleansing, this space to kind of reset, restart, even in your perception of what brings you fulfillment. There's fulfillment here. Okay, a greater sense of fulfillment, a deepening sense of fulfillment, potentially, yes, new love, heart connection, someone that sees you from afar, someone maybe that you see from afar, and it's like there are some layers there that are yet to be revealed, have yet to be revealed, to reveal themselves. Okay, you're not seeing fully all of who and what you are and what you're capable of doing and of becoming. All right, there's a very big message. So inherently, all starts within, all starts with the self. This is an opportunity for you to see yourself in a new way, in a new light, and to really see how much you have grown and transformed throughout your life, but especially now from, sometimes when I see this world card, because it is that, in a timing sense, a year or maybe even longer, greater, whatever, depending on the circumstances, of course, I think about, where were you at? What are you seeing this time last year type thing? What were you feeling? How did you see yourself versus how you see yourself now? And maybe that's a point of reflection and, you know, just kind of that mindfulness. Okay, there may even be something that was left incomplete in terms of, like, okay, before I can open up to this new cycle, or before this new cycle opens up, I got to make sure that I've covered my bases here. Someone could be wearing a mask, part of what I get with the Seven of Swords, but again, something hidden that's has yet to be revealed. So what is this, spirit? Ha! Uh, Sorry. Hello, Gemini energy. But this lover's energy, I mean, come on now. So, okay. You guys know, well, at least those of my longtime subscribers, which thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you. I saw a bunch of new subscribers. Super duper appreciate y'all and hope that you continue to stay tuned. But somebody going through something dealing with love and matters of the heart connection. Okay, generally, like what I was trying to say, me, I start from the inside out. I just, it's my deal. The lovers, you, as many of you know, it's not even technically about romantic love, but it's about our own inner feminine, inner masculine selves. The masculine feminine energy coming into sacred union. Okay, and so there may be a greater decision that's going to be made, that's being made right now, a choice that's being offered, some kind of a potential opportunity to ascend to a next level sort of experience or situation. Okay, this someone is admiring, like, for somebody here, or some, maybe more than just one person, you're being admired from afar. And now, if you don't really, if love is not really your big concern, it may, if you're concerned more about money, if you're concerned more about career, then that would be a similar statement. I feel like maybe there's something fulfilling that is available to you that maybe you're not quite seeing it yet, or that you're going to step into, but what you're not seeing that it will bring is a greater sense of, like, next level fulfillment. Like, oh wow, I didn't, something is going to be getting better and better. But I feel like, again, there may even be something right in front of you, but there's a part of you that, again, is maybe a little bit distracted, not fully seeing it and the good that it can bring you in terms of self-fulfillment, self-healing, and again, potentially with love and matters of the heart connection. Okay, so let's get some, what else, what is it with this lover's energy, spirit? What is this highlighting? What is this representing in terms of an outcome here? Six of Cups, soulmate connection, soulmate pastime, experiences. This is a big one, dealing with at least the healing, self-healing and self-love at minimum. Okay, but if your concern, again, is more inherently about a relationship where, you can relate to any of that, the messages and the downloads as such, there is a significant soulmate connection coming through partnership potentially. Okay, if that's something that feels in alignment, and or otherwise, I feel as though there's going to be this, where things of the past have held you back, you're going to be able to kind of understand why. You're going to be able to make amends and heal that part of yourself, that kind of a thing. So we're moving out of a place of exhaustion and into a space of just rejuvenation, fresh perspective. Again, these new beginnings, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. Okay. And if not, again, not necessarily love, romance based, it's your sense of fulfillment and what brings you joy and fulfillment. Okay. So again, something's going to be coming through to help kind of level up your life experience in a way that will, potentially even be healing to your inner child, any inner child work that you've been doing, or, you know, just stuff like trauma from the past, for example. Okay, that's what it's going to open you up to. So, this is what we're going to do next. I'm going to pull cards from my Animal Spirit book, like I do, and give you my downloads based on that. And then in part two, we're going to read from the Animal Spirit Guidebook. We're also going to be pulling more cards to get deeper insights to this particular reading. So again, you can find that in the description box below, in the comments, kapualani.com/extensions. You can even book a reading. I'm available for live or pre-recorded readings, kapualani.com. And if you're not subscribed and you found any of this useful or clarifying or helpful in any way, I encourage you to subscribe. It not only supports the channel, but it helps me to have just a bit more of a clear connection to your energies as well. So totally up to you, but we appreciate it. I appreciate you. All right, so animal spirits, which animal spirit is speaking to us or has a message for us for this? Okay, thank you. Dolphin, playful. Okay, I love that we're seeing this colorful, vibrant energy with Dolphin. There's healing, there's intelligence, there's psychic energy, there's sensitivity, playfulness. I already said that, playful. The water with the, you know what I mean? The water and the water and the water. Childlike nature, fun. I feel like communication also from the heart. And okay, yeah, I don't want to keep running on and on and on with the dolphin energy, but just like that childlike energy. And maybe if you especially have been feeling that burnout or exhaustion or just weighed down or stuck in any which way, this dolphin energy could also be a sign to get out there and enjoy life. We're meant to enjoy, we're meant to all the things, yes. And there's no reason why you can't give yourself a little bit of grace, a little bit of a break, right? So tune into the playful side, a little bit of spontaneity as well. But again, if you're interested in exploring these messages deeper with me, getting more insights, I also do angel answers, yes, no questions for those of you who want to ask the angels, and the romance angels. So, get some guidance there as well. And I always say it doesn't need to be necessarily about love, but just what brings you a sense of fulfillment. So I will see you in part two. Thank you so much for joining me here. Till next time.